everybody, welcome back. My name is Kurt, aka Vitruvian Gamer, and we're here with number 30 to 21 of my top 100 board games of all time that I've played so far at this moment in time. And I'm very excited about this list. I forgot to take one game. I'm not going to show you. It's one that dropped out of 100. It's stacked away a little bit too far and it's hard to show. Anyway, don't forget the contest, very important. Again, we are at the next part, so each entry or each correct answer in the contest will be worth less entries, but still, it might be worth joining. You still have a lot of chance of winning a €75 gift certificate by Portal Games. Go and check the video out where I announce a contest and explain what you have to do to enter. Anyway, let's continue with the top 30 of my list. And the first one is a game that is number 300 on Board Game Geek. It was 24 on my list last time, 2 years ago. Dropped 6 spots, which is not a big deal. It's a cooperative game, a very unique one. And it is the Grizzled. And I've got the expansion as well. The At Your Orders one, where you can have a solo variant, I think. And a two-player variant here. And in this game you are playing the Grizzled, this group of soldiers that are just trying to survive daily life in the trenches in World War I. And you do this by playing cards, and you're just playing cards and you don't want to have the 3 of the same symbols or 3 of the same backgrounds lying there. It's quite a simple concept, but in some way it works so cool how you're trying to get that camaraderie and trying to survive the dreadful war. It is not a joyful game, but it feels so cooperative. It is such a unique game, and that's why it's my number 30, the Grizzled. Very good one. I really advise this one to try it out at least. Now, dropped out of the list, and I said I don't have the box here. I forgot to take it, honestly. And that's Pathfinder, the adventure card game, not in the top 100 anymore. I actually still like it quite a bit, and it's one of the first games with a campaign that Elise and I played a lot. And we are close to finishing it, but somehow, because of all the new games, we didn't get to play it anymore last 2 years. I'm sure we're still going to finish it one day, and maybe it will get back in the top, because I still like the system. It might be a little bit too easy, maybe. It's maybe not hard enough to win, and I like my cooperative games to be a little bit more challenging, but still the system is great. But it's not my top 100 anymore at this time. Number 29 is also a cooperative game, and in this game you are trying to get into some safes, trying to get the loot and get to the chapa. You're trying to escape, and that's the game called Burgle Brothers or Bros, or how you want to call it. This game by Tim Fowers is a very cool cooperative game. Each player has this character that is moving around one of the levels of this building, and you're trying to, well, avoid the guards and find the safe, crack the safe, and go to the next one. And then afterwards escape. The guards, of course, will going to go faster and faster. They go and move. Sometimes you don't know where they're going, sometimes you do, so you can try to avoid them. You can hide in toilet stalls. You have to be careful for traps, or well, for alarm systems. You can choose to first check out the place, what's going on there, or you can just move in there without knowing what's going to happen. A little bit more dangerous, but you win an action, of course. Very cool, very thematic. I love it. It's the game, I think I mentioned Forbidden Desert before. This is the one that replaced it, that one for me. It's still my top 100, Forbidden Desert, but this one I prefer over it. Burgle Brothers. Awesome cooperative game. It is number 193 on Board Game Geek. It was my number 56 last time, so it got up 27 spots, so I really seem to like it. Next is also one of the older games that I have in my collection. It is a racing game. It's not a fast racing game, it goes not really fast, but the goal is to be first around the island although the goal is to have the most money, because you're pirates, of course, and this is the game Jamaica. And the cool thing is, this is a cool system also. So each round there is this captain, and he's going to roll 2 dice. And he's going to choose which die is for the morning action and which die will be used for the evening action. And each player will have a choice of 3 cards from their hands with a morning and evening action on it. And then they play one. When it's their turn, they activate it. You can move depending on the die result. You can gain gold, gain cannons, food, and when you move, you might enter on a spot, on a harbor spot where you have to pay money. You can end somewhere in open sea, so you have to pay food because you have to eat. Or you can enter a square where there's another player, and then you have to battle it out. And the winner gets to take the loot of one of the hulls of the ship of the opponent. Very fun game. Plays up to 6 players. I prefer it 5 or 6 players. A little bit chaotic, but still, that's what I like about this one. I'm normally not for the chaotic games, but this does it in a very cool way. Jamaica. It's my number 28, number 430 on Board Game Geek. Last time it wasn't on the list somehow. That's strange. I'm surprised about that. Oh no, it didn't change number. Oh, and previous time I said Takenoko was also new in the list. That's not true. Takenoko was on the list, it just didn't move. It was the same number as last time. And Jamaica also was 28 last time. Very cool. Next is a little bit of a cheat. I mentioned it before. I added some games together in one entry, and this is a game by Portal Games. It was my number 58 last time, so this one went up. This is one of the Portal games that went up. It is 217 on Board Game Geek, and I call this a classic already, because this has had a long life. This is the 3rd edition of this game, and I'm not going to, because my insert, I didn't glue it together and I should have. I'm just going to show you the box lid. I'm talking about Hiroshima Hex, but I'm also going to mention Monolith Arena. Why? Because they're brothers or sisters, brother and sister, I don't know. But anyway, these games are very similar. They work the same way, actually, honestly. Monolith Arena has more factions. So this is an asymmetrical, how do I have to call it? Asymmetrical combat game, a skirmish game that is actually quite abstract. And each player plays a faction, which is very different than their opponent's faction. And each round you're playing tiles and stuff like that. Sometimes you can play a tile that activates a battle, and then you're going to see which unit's going to kill which other units, and it's all mayhem there, and then you are left with a board that is almost empty again, and the goal is just to destroy your opponent's base, or your opponent's banner if you're talking about Monolith Arena. This is a game that grew on me these past years. First time I played it, I couldn't see past the abstract thing, my brain couldn't handle it, but the more I played it, the more I got to learn the other factions, the new factions. There are 12 or 13 expansions already. The more that I liked it and I saw what this game really is all about. Very cool game. My number 27, Hiroshima Hex, and his younger brother or sibling or whatever, Monolith Arena. Alright, up to number 26, completely brand new on the list. It's 305 on the Board Game Geek, and I think it's still rising there. It was one of the most hyped games of 2018 because the roll and write craze was going bananas, and with reason, because this one is also an awesome game. Was nominated for the Kinderspiel des Jahres this year, didn't win I believe, but Ganz schön clever is a cool one, and it doesn't look like much. So I waited quite a while before I got this. I saw the hype, I didn't understand it because it looks a little bit bland, honestly, because you have scoring cards that doesn't speak your imagination. You look at this and it's like, what the hell is going on here? But you're rolling dice, and each time you roll the dice you get to choose one of them, and well, in that of a color, and you write whatever you can write in the right color. And sometimes when you finish rows or columns or whatever, you reach a certain number, you get to add bonuses, you gain bonuses, more numbers that you can write down, and each thing scores and works in a different way, each color. And somehow this works perfectly great, very exciting, trying to figure out the puzzle with the dice that you rolled and trying to get the best score of players. Very cool one, ganz schön clever. It was my number 26. I really like this one. Number 25, a completely different kind of game. This is very popular. It is number 15 on Board Game Geek. It is one of the biggest Kickstarter successes of all time. We play this 2-player most of the time. I've played this solo recently. I liked it solo quite a bit because it plays faster. And it is called Seventh Continent. Again, a box where you have to look at the side to see the title. Seventh Continent is, it's hard to explain. It's an adventure game where you're trying to survive on this continent and you have no idea where you are, what you're doing, but you know that you are cursed and you're trying to lift the curse. And you do that by moving around on these square cards, walking around, investigating stuff, getting through past a bunch of hazards and problems, and well, trying to survive, trying to find food. You get wounded, you want to heal. Maybe you find a grave, you want to dig to see what's inside the grave, but it costs you actions, and actions cost you cards from your draw pile, which is your timer, your life. So you want to see what you want to do, where do you want to put your effort in, and you probably die and try over again. I haven't beaten one single curse yet, but it is and stays an very cool game. I should get the expansions in 2019. I'm very curious to see what they've done with that. That was Seventh Continent, my number 25. Sorry. Number 24, again, a complete different animal. I'm talking about animals. This game has animals inside of it. Now, this is a kid's game. And the first time I played this, or I was asked to play this, I thought, what the hell are we going to play now? Because the person asking me was a friend of mine, Kai, and I know him for more serious gaming. And I thought, why the hell does he want to play this game, the Hare and Tortoise by Yellow? It is a kid's game. Now, it has a seal of excellence by the Dice Tower, so hey, why not? Now, this is a racing game, but you're not racing yourself. So in the beginning of the game, you get 2 characters. One of the 2 of the animals, or maybe one that you want to bet on. Maybe you want to bet twice on the same one. And you're trying to get those animals across the finish line first. And you do this by playing cards from your hand. But every animal has a different way of movement. If you play X number of cards, some animals just moves that many spaces. Some animals, like the sheep, for example, has to stop when there is water. Then he wants to drink. The turtle, or the tortoise, he will go very slow, but he keeps going. So when other don't move, he keeps moving, but slowly. The wolf, of course, he can scare other animals, so he moves alone because the other ones are hiding. This is an awesome game, and just look past the box cover. It is a children's game, but I love it, and the people I played with, they love it as well. An awesome gateway game, by the way, the Hare and the Tortoise. Awesome stuff. It's number 11 on Board Game Geek. It's my 24. It was my number 75 last time, but I keep coming back to that game. Very cool one. Next, also not the most serious game out there. It is a party game. Sadly enough, I don't get to play it often enough because I really think this works best and only with its maximum amount of players, which is 8. Although there is the American version works with 12, I believe, which should make it even better. And I don't play with 8 often, so I don't get to play it that much. And that's this game, Telestrations, or wat schiet je me nou in Dutch. In this game, it is like the whispering game where you say something and then they have to say it to the next person, and when you go around, it ends completely different. This is the same thing, but with drawing. So each player gets a word, they write down the word, they draw it, and then they give their booklet to the next player. They get to see what you drew, and they guess what you wrote. Flip it again. Next player, they look at the word that has been written by the previous one, and they have to draw it. So by the end, you're going to show each other what the results, and sometimes it is unbelievable how things changed. This is Pictionary for people who cannot draw, which I am one of, and I love this one. Telestrations, it kills Pictionary, that's for sure. It's my number 23. Awesome game. And again, we're changing the pace again. So we're going all over the place in this part. This time we're going to my number 22. It was my number 34 last time. It dropped a little bit, but I still appreciate this game so much. Don't play it often because it's a big game. Well, it's normal bugs, but there's a lot of things going on in this game, and you have to be fresh to play it because you have to keep an eye on so many things. It works with the rondel system, which I'm not good at, so that's why I need to play it when I'm wide awake. And it's a Steffenfeld game called Trajan. In this game, I don't have no clue what you're trying to do, but you're trying to score points in a zillion different ways. You're trying to get your military on a map, you're trying to build things, you're trying to collect goods to sell, you're trying to get influence in the Senate, and you all do this by doing this rondel thing where you take all the cubes from one place and you go and drop one on each spot you pass, and where you end you can activate your action that's there, maybe scoring you more bonus tiles if there's a bonus tile there and you have the right color of cubes there. This is probably one of the most ultimate Steffenfeld games, point salad games, Trajan. If you see the board, you can see what I'm talking about. A lot of things going on. I like it quite a bit. Trajan, my number 22. It's 73 on Board Game Geek, so highly rated game. And we stay a little bit in the same feeling. Also a Euro game. My number 21 was number 12 last time, so it dropped 9 spots. Not a big deal. And in this game we are using dice placement, which I really love. That's a system that I so much like, and I'm talking about Marco Polo, or I think it's Voyage of Marco Polo. In this game, each player at the beginning of a round, they roll their dice, and those dice will be used to do a number of things. This might have as well been a Steffenfeld game. So again, you have a traveler that is going to different spots in Europe and Asia. You can get goods, silk and gold and camels. You can get trade tiles, so it's goals that you want, so you have certain resources that you can trade in for points and for bonuses. You can get just money and all this. If you place a die, depending on the dice you placed, some certain actions are cheaper or more expensive. So again, it's not always the best thing to have higher dice, and that way the luck gets mitigated very well. Very cool game, love it quite a bit. That's why it's my number 21, lucky number 21. So it's number 42 on Board Game Week. Don't know if I already mentioned it, but that's my number 21. Wow, another part is done, which also means if you want to enter the contest, go check out the video. Don't forget to check out the video to see how you can enter. Your entries will be worth less and less, but you only need one entry to win, of course. So go and check out the video where I announced the contest. Join the contest. You can win a €75 gift certificate for the web shop of Portal Games. Go check it out. Anyway, thank you for watching this part. I hope you liked it. Let me know what games of this list you really think should be higher, lower, or not even played. Let me know what you think of it. And well, I hope you are there in the next part. We're going to go to the top 20 soon, which is so excited. More and more awesome games. 20 left to go, folks. I hope you stick around. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.